Local support for News 6 has been provided by the Northwest Ohio Educational Technology Foundation, Bowling Green State University, and the members of WBGU-TV.
Hi! We're the 6th grade class from Edon Middle School, home of the Bombers. Welcome to News 6!
Hi, I'm Tessie Bowles from Edon Middle School. Welcome to News 6. With today's first story, here is Ron Beasley. Recently, News 6 has created magic by giving the 6th graders a chance to become Alice in Wonderland for a day and take a look inside the small world of doll houses. That's cute. After years of building big houses, the Muffelds are now building small houses and making little girls' dreams come true. How did you get started building doll houses?
Well, I was sick, had a heart attack, and had bypass surgery, and had to go to therapy for 12 weeks, and I'd have something to pass my time in the evenings when I was around home.
What materials do you use to make these houses?
These came in a kit, and you cut them apart and put them together. We used glue, and we wallpapered the walls before we put it together because it was easier to get into than after it was put up. The carpeting is upholstery material from a furniture store. The shingles are all individually put on a flat board, and everyone is glued on separate. The dressers that are in these doll houses we made and kind of decorate them with little flowers and things. The curtains are all scraps of lace, or you can just use your imagination for any of it. For the foliage around in the flower boxes, you just buy a piece of vines or something and cut them apart to make them small to fit.
How long does it take to build a dollhouse?
Well, I probably put in a month of time, but very short time at one time. I'd do one thing and call it quits for the day, and that run into several days. So kind of every little piece was by itself.
What do you like best about building dollhouses?
The best part is on Christmas morning when these two little granddaughters opened up these doll houses. And then I wrapped these two big boxes, put Christmas paper around them, and we had them sitting in the den, and we wouldn't let the kids look. The doll houses weren't under them, but they couldn't figure out what them boxes were for and who they were for.
Today's News 6 is produced by the 6th grade class of Edon Middle School. Edon is located about 40 miles northwest of Defiance. It was founded in 1856 and had a population of about 900.
Lions and tigers and bears, oh my! Well, not exactly lions and tigers, but News 6 did run into some bears. Cody Wicker follows the yellow brick road to tell us the tale.
Not only people need food and shelter, but sometimes animals also need a helping hand. When and how did you start the halfway house?
We've always loved animals. We feel they need a second chance in life. About 2 years ago, we got our state license to raise them legally. And this year we named our place the Lovejoy's Halfway House.
What kind of animals do you keep here?
Of our own, we have 2 bears, Gabby and Samson. We have a red raccoon of our own, and we own 2 skunks. We take in any kind of wild baby animal. I specialize in raccoons. I raised 15 out of 19 raccoons this year. I raised a baby wild skunk this year, and he has been released. I raised 12 baby bunnies out of 13, and I was brought a fawn, but I lost him, but I do pretty good. I've raised 34 out of 48 animals this year.
Where do the animals come from?
The game warden brings most of them. If someone finds one, they call the game warden and he will bring them to us, or you can call us directly and we will either pick up the animal or you bring them to us.
Why did you start the halfway house?
We really love animals. We feel they need a second chance in life. There's so many killed on the road or by hunters. I know that hunting needs to be done to keep up the population down so diseases doesn't come in, but I still hate to see them killed. The baby animals, there's only 50 of them, 50% live throughout their first year, and we're just giving them a second chance at life.
This week's Kids View question presses Edon's sixth graders to make a tough decision about today's problems. Lacey Calloway brings us the solution.
Hi, my name's Lacey Calloway. Today's Kid View question is, what do you think the most pressing problem in the world is?
I think the most pressing problem in the world today is the poor and the hungry.
I think the most pressing problem in the world today is pollution.
I feel the most pressing problem in the world today is the deterioration of the ozone layer.
Echoes of the Indian chants flow across Ohio's wilderness, leading the ear to look to the past. News 6 takes a listen.
The Indian Mounds are located in the Northwest Township, 10 miles north of Edon, near Nettle Lake, Ohio's largest natural lake. Nettle Lake was the home of many tribes, dating back to 800 AD. 4 to 5 burial mounds thought to belong to the Hopewell Indians are found north of the lake, near an old stagecoach road. The mounds were made, according to local historians, as tombs containing cremations, burned rock, and pottery fragments. In June of 1968, the mounds were opened by Professor Beebe and his assistant from Ohio State University. The Hopewell Indians were present from 900 BC to 1000 AD. The most common way of the Hopewell burials were round mounds, usually in groups up to 6. The Hopewell culture was believed to have been discovered on a person's farm named the Hopewell Farm. The Hopewell Indians were the highest skilled Indians of their time.
That's all for this week's show. Join us next week when Shawnee Middle School visits News 6.
Local support for News 6 has been provided by the Northwest Ohio Educational Technology Foundation, Bowling Green State University, and the members of WBGU-TV.